Sasuke and Hinata finally talked in Boruto. Listen up, Naruto fans. During the entire Naruto series, Sasuke and Hinata never said a single word to each other, like they were living in two totally different universes. It wasn't until Boruto that they actually had their first ever conversation. And what was it like? Sasuke knocks on the Uzumaki family's door. Hinata opens it. Sasuke goes, "Is Naruto home?" Hinata's like, "No, he's out." Sasuke, "Thanks." And that's it. Boom. Done. Shorter than the time you scroll one TikTok. History was literally made in 5 seconds. Their only real connection? Yeah, Naruto himself. Sasuke was named after the third Hokage's father, Sasuke Sarutobi. Okay, have you ever wondered where the name Sasuke Uchiha actually came from? Sasuke was literally named after Sasuke Sarutobi. Yup, the father of the third Hokage, a straight-up legend of Konoha. That name carried some massive expectations, bro. Here's how it went down. Kushina, Naruto's mom, and Makoto, Sasuke's mom, were close friends. One day, while Kushina was pregnant with Naruto, she ran into Makoto, who was holding baby Sasuke. Kushina got curious and asked, "What's his name?" Makoto smiled and said, "Sasuke. Named after Sasuke Sarutobi. I hope he grows up to be just as skilled and great as that legend." Well, let's just say the dude definitely became famous, just in a way more dramatic than anyone expected. Literally like a whole soap opera with fireballs and trauma. Now, if you've made it this far, welcome to the amazing world of anime. This is the place for true fans like you, where we celebrate all the magic, action, and emotions anime brings to our lives. You've watched, you've felt the hype, you've been lost in these beautiful fantasy worlds, but, have you hit that subscribe button yet? Right now, almost 90% of you are watching without subscribing. Just imagine, if everyone hit sub, we could build one of the strongest anime communities out there. So go ahead, click that subscribe button right now so you won't miss any new episodes, deep dive breakdowns, or awesome anime content coming your way. Thank you so much. Hiruzen Sarutobi was almost a dog. Yeah, no joke. In Masashi Kishimoto's original concept, Hiruzen was supposed to be a ninkin, a ninja dog. But that idea was kinda too weird, even for Naruto standards. So Kishi switched it up and made him human, just like we know him today. Honestly, maybe that was a good call. Otherwise, Konoha could have had a Hokage that literally went woof woof. But here's the crazy part. If Kishi had stuck with that plan, Naruto could have turned into a totally different world. Imagine this: Kidomaru's spider clan, Kisame's fishman vibes, and a dog-person Hokage all chilling in the same universe. In fact, early on, Kishi actually planned Naruto to be a fantasy magic world, not a ninja one. He completely flipped the concept later and went full-on ninjutsu universe instead. Only a few top-tier ninjas could do one-handed jutsu. Did you know only a handful of absolute elite ninjas could perform hand signs with one hand? This technique is insanely rare, showing off ninja skill on a whole different level. First up, we got Sasuke and Naruto. After that earth-shattering final battle where they both lost an arm, they straight up adapted and learned to do jutsu one-handed. Then there's Minato Namikaze, the fourth Hokage. Even when he was revived with Edo Tensei and missing an arm, he was still forming seals like a total beast. Itachi Uchiha, same story. In his fight with Kabuto, he only needed one hand and was still spamming jutsu. Don't forget Zabuza, this guy went wild, using one hand for water clone and the other for water prison at the same time. And Haku? Even crazier. Sasuke thought he'd blocked one of Haku's arms, but Haku just kept making seals like nothing could stop him. Even Gurren in the filler arcs pulled this off. And by the time we hit Boruto, our boy Boruto himself joined the club, performing one-handed signs. All these ninjas were straight-up superstars, and this skill was rare as gold. But in Boruto, man, the new generation doesn't even need it anymore. Everyone's packing chakra blasters and sci-fi gear now. Ninja battles turned from hand signs to bang-bang energy warfare. Hiruko, the 54-year-old ninja who stole 4 Kekkei Genkai with one insane jutsu. Ever heard of Hiruko? This dude was a 54-year-old ninja with zero natural talent, but he made up for it with one of the craziest forbidden techniques ever, the Chimera technique. This Kenjutsu let him literally steal other people's Kekkei Genkai by fusing their bodies with his own. Hiruko managed to snatch 4 different Kekkei Genkai from major ninja nations: Steel Release, Swift Release, Dark Release, and Storm Release. And he didn't just copy them, he turned his body into a full-on battle machine packed with superhuman power, speed, and abilities from all his victims. With Dark Release, he could absorb enemy attacks like some kind of chakra black hole, total cheat code behavior. Steel Release made him completely immune to sword attacks. Swift Release let him move so fast that taijutsu basically stopped working on him. And Storm Release let him create thunderclouds, blast enemies with lightning, and drain their chakra dry at the same time. He didn't stop there either. Hiruko could whip out long cloth-like tendrils wrapped around his body, strong enough to slice through solid rock. He even stole Earth Chakra from Konoha's Anbu and turned the ground itself into giant stone jaws that could swallow people whole. After stealing Kakashi's lightning cutter, Hiruko upgraded it into a mid-range lightning weapon, firing electric slashes from afar like some boss-level move. And get this, he even absorbed Naruto's Rasen Shuriken, but made it way bigger by absorbing chakra from dozens of clones. Sure, Meitarumi having 2 Kekkei Genkai was already impressive, but this guy was absolutely on another level of terrifying. Kakashi awakened the Mangekyo Sharingan even without Uchiha blood. Now this right here is one of the craziest Sharingan facts ever. Normally, only people born into the Uchiha clan can awaken and evolve the Sharingan. Their brain chakra gets triggered through intense pain or emotional trauma. But Kakashi Hatake, man's not even remotely Uchiha, yet he still pulled it off. He awakened the Mangekyo Sharingan using the eye that Obito gave him. And here's where it gets absolutely wild. Even though Obito didn't have that eye anymore, he could still see through Kakashi's Sharingan and somehow evolved it into a Mangekyo at the exact same time as Kakashi. Both of them experienced the same emotional shock and boom, dual awakening. Think about it. The eye was literally inside Kakashi's head, but both he and Obito unlocked the same upgrade together, like some next-level psychic connection. Like, bro, how does that even work? Total plot hole energy. Fugaku Uchiha and Orochimaru were once rivals of Minato in the race to become the 4th Hokage. When Konoha needed to pick the 4th Hokage, it wasn't just Minato Namikaze in the running. Fugaku Uchiha, the head of the Uchiha clan, and Orochimaru, the jutsu prodigy himself, were also major contenders. All three were insanely powerful, but in the end, the 3rd Hokage, Hiruzen Sarutobi, chose Minato. And that one decision literally changed everything. Fugaku, with his Mangekyo Sharingan and strong leadership, was a total powerhouse, strong enough to protect both the Uchiha clan and the Leaf Village. His Sharingan was ridiculously overpowered. He could even control the Nine Tails if he wanted to. Orochimaru, on the other hand, was a straight-up genius, a master of forbidden jutsu with a terrifying mind and god-tier scientific skills. Then we have Minato, the Yellow Flash. His flying rage and speed and strategic brilliance made him an absolute legend. This man single-handedly wiped out 1,000 enemies and helped Konoha flip the script to win the 3rd Great Ninja War. So yeah, we're talking about 3 total monsters of the ninja world here, each with legendary feats that could make headlines on their own. But Hiruzen picked Minato because he represented balance, a man of peace, humility, and sacrifice. Someone who could lead with both strength and heart. That choice sent shockwaves through the village. The Uchiha clan, already tense with Konoha, grew even more bitter, pushing them closer to rebellion. And Orochimaru's resentment toward the village went off the charts, fueling his dark experiments and future schemes. One single choice changed the entire fate of the Leaf Village. Do you think Hiruzen made the right call? Kakuzu lived to 91 years old and witnessed all 4 great ninja wars. Yeah, you heard that right. Kakuzu lived to be 91. That's absolutely insane in a world where the average ninja barely makes it past 30 because everyone's out there fighting to the death since childhood. This dude was basically a walking relic of the entire ninja history. Back in the day, Kakuzu was actually sent on a mission to assassinate the 1st Hokage, Hashirama Senju. Spoiler, he failed miserably. But get this, Hashirama later died during the 1st Great Ninja War, meaning Kakuzu was already active before that war even started. That's how old school he was. And it doesn't stop there. Kakuzu literally lived through all 4 great ninja wars. From the chaos before the very first one, all the way up to being revived by Edo Tensei in the 4th war, this guy saw everything. He was like a history book, literally. Thanks to his creepy heart-stealing technique, Kakuzu could replace his own heart with others, basically giving himself extra lives and an extended lifespan. That's how he managed to stay around so long. Out of all the ninja, Probably the only one close to him in age and war experience was Onoki, the third Tsuchikage, another old legend who lived through multiple generations of conflict. Kakuzu's 4 hearts came from his old Akatsuki teammates. This dude literally had 4 hearts, and they came from his former Akatsuki partners. Yeah, Akatsuki always worked in pairs, but Kakuzu, thanks to his creepy heart-stealing jutsu, had this nasty habit of straight-up killing his teammates to take their hearts and keep himself alive. Man really like teammates? Nah, just organ donors. Akatsuki had way more members in the past than most people realize, mostly because Kakuzu kept deleting his own partners. The turnover rate in that squad was insane. It wasn't until Haiden showed up, another immortal freak with his crazy Jashin rituals, that the organization could finally chill out a bit. Fact 10. Jiraiya knew Itachi was actually a hidden leaf ally. Remember that insane moment when Jiraiya stared straight into Itachi's Sharingan, totally unfazed, no fear, nothing? Jiraiya might be a total ninjutsu master, but he's not exactly a genjutsu expert. Even Sage Mode doesn't give him any special anti-genjutsu hacks. And yet, he faced down Itachi, one of the deadliest Sharingan users ever, without flinching. The secret was that Jiraiya already knew Itachi was actually working for Konoha. With his massive spy network spread all over the ninja world, Jiraiya had access to all kinds of top-secret intel, including stuff about the Akatsuki. And guess where some of that info came from? Yep, from Itachi himself. The guy was secretly feeding Jiraiya insider details while pretending to be Akatsuki's loyal member. If you look closely, Itachi constantly stopped Kisame from attacking the Leaf, told him to chill when they ran into Konoha ninjas, and even avoided fighting Jiraiya outright. Obito literally had a whole Sharingan bank. After the Uchiha massacre, Obito didn't just sit back and watch, he went full psycho collector mode. The dude literally gathered Sharingan eyes from the dead Uchiha and built himself an eye bank. Yeah, you heard that right, man had a freaking stash of Sharingan, ready to swap in whenever he needed. Totally wild. He kept all those eyes stored up for his dark, twisted plans. And the craziest example was that during his brutal fight with Konan, Obito actually used one of those backup Sharingan from his own collection to cast Izanagi, the forbidden jutsu that lets you straight up rewrite death itself. Dude basically hit the respawn button on life using one of his spare eyes. Obito couldn't use his eye bank to get the eternal Mangekyo Sharingan. Yeah, crazy as it sounds, even with a whole warehouse of Sharingan eyes, Obito still couldn't level up to the eternal Mangekyo Sharingan, or EMS. Why? Because to unlock EMS, you gotta transplant a Mangekyo from someone with the same bloodline, like your actual sibling. That's the secret sauce. The eyes Obito collected were powerful, sure, but they didn't share that genetic link. So no matter how stacked his collection was, he was totally stuck with a regular Mangekyo. That's why, despite having Kamui, one of the most broken jutsu ever, and an entire eyeball arsenal, he could never reach that eternal level of power like Sasuke or Madara. Tenten has less screen time than the Swing and never won a single fight in the manga. Tenten, the ultimate weapon girl from Team Guy, got done so dirty in the manga. Like, she literally never won a single fight. Not even one. In fact, she never even got a full battle scene to herself. Her screen time is so short, it's actually less than the freaking Swing in the Leaf Village. While Naruto, Sasuke, and even Lee got their flashy high-stakes battles, Tenten basically showed up, threw a few weapons around, and dipped. From the Chunin exams to all the major arcs, Kishimoto basically forgot she existed. Though, to be fair, the anime did her slightly better. She actually got more scenes and even had one fight where she beat her own copy. The rain in Omegakure stops every Sunday. Even though Nagato called himself a god and claimed to be above human emotions, deep down, he was still totally human. Every Sunday, the endless rain in Omegakure actually stops. Because that's the day Yahiko, Nagato's best friend, died. It's like his silent ritual of grief, a tiny window where the god Pain lets himself feel pain. To the people of Omegakure, the rain stopping feels like a blessing, a peaceful day granted by their god. But in truth, it's Nagato mourning his brother in arms. No matter how cold or ruthless he became, Nagato never forgot Yahiko. He even used Yahiko's body as the Deva path, the strongest of the six paths, and the one that literally speaks for him. Every Hokage in Konoha has their own record. Each Hokage in the Leaf Village totally broke their own kind of record. No two are the same. The third Hokage, Hiruzen Sarutobi, holds the record for the longest time in office. This old man led Konoha for literal decades, through wars, chaos, and peace, like the ultimate veteran who just never quit. The first Hokage, Hashirama Senju, is straight up the greatest of them all. He didn't just found Konoha, he literally shaped the entire ninja world with his god-tier wood release and peaceful vision that even made Madara respect him. His little bro, second Hokage Tobirama Senju, was a total genius. He built the Ninja Academy, the Anbu, and the Uchiha police force, and even invented some of the most broken forbidden jutsu ever, Edo Tensei, Shadow Clones, and more. Thanks to him, Konoha became an absolute powerhouse. Then comes 4th Hokage Minato Namikaze, the fastest ninja alive, but also the one with the shortest reign. He died at just 24 years old after a few years in office, but not before saving the entire village from the Nine Tails. Next up, 5th Hokage Tsunade Senju. She took over when Konoha was at its lowest point. Orochimaru had just wrecked the place, everything was falling apart, and war was on the horizon. But Tsunade, with her insane medical skills and unshakable will, rebuilt the village from ashes. Later on, she healed countless ninja during the Fourth Great Ninja War, and even made bold calls, like sending Naruto to face gods. Then we've got 6th Hokage Kakashi Hatake, who ruled during the calmest era after the war. He kept Konoha stable, modernized it, and handled all the leftover drama like a chill pro. And finally, 7th Hokage Naruto Uzumaki, the GOAT. From a mischievous genin nobody wanted around, to literally the Hokage of the entire Leaf Village. He jumped straight from genin to Hokage with 0 stops in between, the fastest rank up in ninja history. Naruto and Shikamaru, from Sleepy Academy kids to the 7th and 8th Hokage. You remember back in the Ninja Academy, right? There were always those two dudes who could never stay awake in class, Naruto Uzumaki and Shikamaru Nara, the ultimate sleepyheads. They were always slouching, yawning, and totally zoning out while Iruka was trying to teach. But those two lazy kids ended up making history. Naruto became the 7th Hokage, while Shikamaru went on to become the 8th Hokage. A ninja sent a love letter to Sakura during the Fourth Great War, then led a charge against Edo Madara and died heartbroken. During the Fourth Great Ninja War, there was this random red shirt ninja from the Allied shinobi forces who actually sent Sakura Haruno a love letter. My guy poured his heart out, straight up confessing his feelings in the middle of a literal war zone, hoping for a tiny spark of romance amid all the chaos. But of course, Sakura, still totally hung up on Sasuke, gently turned him down. And that same dude later led the charge straight at Edo Madara Uchiha, one of the most terrifying monsters in ninja history. He went out swinging, charging into death with pure heartbreak power. Dude really said, "If I can't have Sakura, I'm taking my feelings to the battlefield." In the anime, 2 of Sasori's puppets actually have Sharingan. Yeah, this one's totally wild. In the anime, when Sasori unleashes his performance of 100 puppets, you can actually see 2 of those puppets with glowing Sharingan eyes. So where the hell did those Sharingan come from? Well, knowing Sasori, the dude was absolutely ruthless with his puppet craft. He literally turned human bodies into puppets. So it's super possible he straight up hunted down a couple Uchiha, killed them, and recycled their eyes into his collection. But there's another theory that's just as crazy. Remember, Sasori used to team up with Orochimaru, the mad scientist of the ninja world. That guy had a warehouse of stolen jutsu and spare body parts, so it's totally possible Sasori grabbed a few Sharingan from him. Or maybe it was from Obito. After the Uchiha massacre, Obito was basically swimming in spare Sharingan. This guy had a whole eye bank. So with Akatsuki connections and that dark underground trade, Sasori might have just hit up Obito like, "Yo, sell me 2 eyes real quick." Neji's forehead seal looks totally different in the manga and anime. Yo, did you ever notice that the seal on Neji Hyuga's forehead, the one that marks him as part of the Hyuga branch family, actually looks different between the manga and the anime? It's a super tiny detail, but once you see it, You can't unsee it. In the manga, the design's a bit simpler and sharper, kinda looks more like a traditional curse mark, but in the anime, they totally switched it up, giving it a fancier, more detailed look. It's like they wanted to make it pop more on screen. It's a small change, yeah, but honestly kinda wild how different it looks once you compare them side by side. I'll drop the pictures right here. Y'all check it out and tell me what you think down in the comments. Alright, that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.